Now may I request Mr. Baldeo Purushartha, Joint Secretary, Department of Economic Affairs, Minister of Finance, Government of India, to deliver his special address on digital governance journey in the country. Again, he's a decorated officer who has served in Government of Punjab in various capacities, in the Industries Department, Technical Education Department. Also, he has been in the Chandigarh Smart City, if I'm not wrong. So he has again seen it all. So over to him, Mr. Baldeo Purushartha. A huge round of applause for him, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, dignitaries on the dais and esteemed participants. It's my honor to be here, and I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Digital governance is, to my mind, any discussion on digital governance is Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta kind of thing. You can keep on talking about it in an unending manner. Although all the important things have been told by my previous speakers, I will take this subject from a general perspective with an infrastructure fill. And we'll see how digital governance has progressed in our country and what are the challenges ahead. And most importantly, what are the benefits of digital governance? Because when we do anything in the government, there has to be a purpose. There has to be a value. If that purpose is not achieved, if the value is not coming, then it doesn't matter what we do. So generally, we all understand that application of digital technology, information communication technology in governance is called digital governance. It's also called e-governance. And sometimes it's also called a tool to good governance. Many people call it good governance itself. And there has been a consistent efforts in Government of India and state government to achieve this. And some of the purposes, it brings a lot of values. It brings a lot of benefits. I will only discuss few of the most important benefits which digital governance brings. And the first and foremost is, it removes information asymmetry. Information is a very, very important thing, especially in a post-industrial society in which we are living today. This is sometimes called knowledge society also, where information is power, information is money. It all depends on how reliable and how fast information you are getting, and you maybe become the prime mover in that area and getting the benefit out of it. There has been an appreciation of information from the very beginning. Even Chanakya, in his Arthashastra, laid a lot of importance on information. Even the medieval political strategist, Nizamul Mulk Tusi, in his Siyasatnama, he has put a lot of importance on information. But there was never a time when information was such a big, important thing in our life and in our society. And this is the time. And there has been an information asymmetry as per class of people, geographical location, and many other factors. That was helping some people who were having access to information and putting those people at a disadvantageous situation who were not having access to that information. One of the important thing of e-governance that it takes away the information asymmetry. Now a farmer sitting in a remote area of our country can know the prices of produce he produces in mandi across the country. He can no longer be cheated. A person, an artisan, a craftsman in a remote corner, he can put his skill and his artifacts on a platform like GEM and showcase it to the entire world and get a real value for his product. So this is very critical element which we achieve through e-governance. Second is, of course, transparency and responsibility. We all know JAM Trinity. What JAM Trinity has actually brought to us? It has helped government in directly targeting the beneficiaries of its services and its support system. Earlier, the benefits which were accruing, going from Government of India, reaching to the last person, there were a lot of delays. There were siphonages at various places. Now, JAM Trinity has helped government to identify the real beneficiary and within no time send his due to his account in a very reliable and transparent manner. I just say billions and billions of dollars for Government of India and for state governments. So this is the power of e-governance or digital governance, which brings a lot of benefit to the people. Then third is very important. It is the democratization of the system. And not only e-governance, but technology per se, it's a big leveler. It's a big democratization factor. We all have grown through a period where having a TV was a big deal. Having a video player in a house was a big deal. Everyone was not having this. Even radio was a big thing. And see the value of technology. Now it has brought these things to a larger portion of our citizens. Now mobile, I think the largest piece of democratizing technology is mobile. And that's why in other things, you see a lot of vertical options available. आप कार खरीद सकते हैं 3 लाख का भी 30 करोड़ की भी. But mobile is roughly from 10-15,000 to 1.5 lakh. That's all. Even billionaires and millionaires of the world are using same 1.5 lakh Apple and Samsung phones. And even middle class people is using that. Getting the same kind of services, same apps, same system. So the technology and the digital governance, and the other thing is that it helps you in raising your voice to the government. Earlier it was very difficult for people away from the power center to have access to government ear until unless some big media is going to them, listening to their story, publishing it. Now you have a tool in your hand. And you can put forward your views, your opinions, your decisions, so many things, and government listens. This is the value of democratization, which is coming through e-governance. Then, of course, government services are available in a convenient and reliable way. Earlier, you used to go to various offices to get a service. Now, majority of these services are coming in through digital means. So this use of services, integration of various standalone system and services, this is very, very important thing. When our country started this journey of e-governance, every department has worked in silos. They created their own database. So Election Commission has a separate database. Then PAN, people have their separate database. There is a variety of databases. And as Dr. Sharma has said, Estonia has done well. Yes, I am privy to that. I have been to Estonia to understand how their system works. And one of the basic things they taught me that, if you want to bring real e-governance in the country, make database, remove this silos of databases. Either combine all database to one large database, or a very small number of databases but can talk to each other. So that for every effort, you need not create a new database to provide services or benefits. And ultimately it all result into cost reduction and economies of scale, bringing through digital governance systems. I will not discuss journey in much detail, but very smartly, they have selected a topic, digital governance, present and future. They have not selected past. Because there is no past. It's a very recent thing. And started in 1987 with, National Satellite-Based Computer Network, and with subsequently launch of, a district information system, which Dr. Sharma was talking about, that it started with districts, district magistrates started bringing in digital elements into governance factors. And ultimately, in 2006, it resulted into National E-Governance Plan, NEGP. And NEGP was the first large-scale effort of Government of India, which was aiming at making all government services accessible to the common man, ensure efficiency, transparency, and reliability of such services at affordable cost to realize the basic need of the common man. This was the purpose and aim of NEGP. And then NEGP enabled many other government initiatives like Digital India, which was launched in 2015 to empower country digitally. The main component were developing a secure and a stable digital interface, delivering government services digitally, achieving universal digital literacy, and then subsequently lot of initiatives, programs, schemes, portal, apps, things started coming up, still they are coming and they will continue to come, including this Aadhaar, MyGov, which is a national portal citizen engagement platform, Umang, which is unified mobile application, digital locker, PayGov and UPI to facilitate online payments, Mobile Seva, which aims, getting government services through mobile phones and tablets, computerization of land records. I have only, outlined few. I can't name all the initiatives taken by government. They are huge in number. And these are initiatives taken by Government of India, but at the same time, state government has also taken a lot of initiatives. And as told rightly by Dr. Sarma, that a lot of initiatives came from the ground level. A district pilot or a state pilot that resulted into a national program, or a district pilot resulted into a state program. And some of the things which I can, name, for example, E-Seva in Andhra Pradesh, Khazana, which is a treasury management system of Karnataka, Friends Single Window Facilitation Center of Kerala, Lokvani project of UP, which is a single window solution, handling grievances. So a lot of things has happened. And of course, we all know that digital this digital governance doesn't come in a void. It requires a very reliable infrastructure to provide this digital governance services. And to help it out, governments come with regular programs and initiative how to provide that reliable digital infrastructure, whether in terms of mobile services, whether in terms of statewide area network, in terms of state data centers, so forth, so on. So these things, have then this cloud compute, cloud storage, like Meghraj, an initiative of Government of India, which is an answer to Google and Amazon and Microsoft cloud storages. Now, what are the challenges ahead? This is a journey, and journey is to be continued. There is no end to this journey. What are the challenges ahead? And some of the challenges which, to my mind, are most important. First is, of course, how to bridge the digital divide. This is still a big issue. Believe you me, it's not only in India, but also in many other countries, developed countries also. I was part of infrastructure working group in G20, and there also, whenever we discuss digital governance and digital infrastructure, this problem comes up very prominently, how to bridge digital divide. And digital divide has two aspects. One is, of course, the digital, affordability. All this system you can access through some instrument, access through some basic service providers. Are they affordable? To some extent, we have achieved a lot. You were told, given the data, etc. Yes, mobile, internet services, or internet services per se is the cheapest in country. If you especially compare on a purchasing power parity base, India provides one of the cheapest internet services and mobile services in the world. But still, there is a element of non-affordability in terms of instrument prices, or maybe the service prices also. That is a big thing. We need to address that. Then reliability. in large part of the country, we do have reliable services, but you go to remote areas, the internet service provider or mobile service provider, they are not providing the same level of reliability. Data connection comes and goes, the speed is very limited, you are not getting the real broadband speed, etc. And outreach, still they are island of ignorance or island of non-connectivity in the country. There are around 25,000 villages in the country which do not have a 4G connection, mobile 4G connection. And it's good that we have taken this scheme now that within a year or so we'll connect all these 25,000 villages through 4G. And BSNL is working on that. Probably in a year, 100% Indian villages will have 4G mobile connection. BharatNet, we know, BharatNet is providing, fiber connectivity to our villages. But still there are large part of the country, especially the northeast and many other states where the fiber net has not reached to every village. And we are working on BharatNet phase 2, where the BharatNet scheme will be structured in a PPP mode of execution. And by bringing in the private efficiency and capital, it's not only, it will not only be seen as a provision of infrastructure, but also how to ensure use of that. Merely laying the fiber network is not the aim. If the fiber network is going to a village, how it will give value to users of that village who are either using a mobile connection or not using any connection at all. That is again a huge thing. But it also brings another issue of security and Atmanirbharta. We talk of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat doesn't mean a closed economy. It's a self-reliant economy. And global pandemic has shown us one thing, that you have to be self-reliant, especially in critical areas. Microchip production is one such area. And because of the pandemic disruption of the supply chain, the prices have gone up, resulted into cost going up for many of the devices. And Government of India now approved a semiconductor fab with a total outlay of 76,000 crore rupees. And through various PLI scheme also, we have covered the entire chain of IT productions and services. And the total value of PLI scheme is somewhere around 2,30,000 rupees, which is a government payout to manufacturers of these schemes. The total value of capital which is coming in through this 2,30,000 crore rupees will be much more. So those are revolutionary and path-breaking initiatives being taken by our government to ensure that we become self-reliant. But security is still, is a very critical thing. When we import, say, for example, our routers and networking networks and other things from A country or B country, there is no guarantee that these are free of bugs, these are free of trojans, these are free of backdoors. And all your data which you are using, these instruments are, relaying to some other country, hampering the interest of your country, compromising the security of your country. So in 5G, we have kept this deliberate provision that it has to be on indigenous technology. And you have to show the proof of the concept. We don't want that our security of the country is compromised in any way. But this is not only security of the country, also security of the person, the privacy of a person. There is a fear factor. We understand this. Big Brother is watching. And even if Big Brother is not watching, suppose somebody hacks the system, then he can disrupt the entire working of the nation. So newer technology has to come up, whether it's blockchain based, whether it's other new security based systems with lot of gauntlets and boundary creations, so that your data or country's data remains secure, nobody hacks it, nobody cripple our country, and the security of country as well as citizens and their privacy is ensured. And then lastly, the digital literacy. Of course, there are a number of experiments which have shown that if you put device in the hand of even a common man, within quick time he understands how to use it and how to take benefit of those devices. I have been privy to such many experiments. We put computers in a totally digitally illiterate village, touch screen computers, with no teachers, nothing. Thus a kiosk was put up and villagers were told. And after some time, a month or two, when we went back and we saw that children have figured out how to use that computer. But this capacity we are having, but at the same time, a push for digital literacy is very important. And I am happy that these things have become now curriculum of the school, part of the school curriculum. And ICT is a standard tool and technology which is being taught to our children. So with that, I think some of the, lastly I will discuss some of the challenges which are maybe right now seems theoretical, but we need to be aware of that. And one of the challenges, managing big data, and the other is automation and AI. So what would be the future of digital governance? We have apps, we have computers, we have services, we have infrastructure. What next? And as I told you, it all started by putting computers in offices. That mindset still prevails. Many times still we understand that, you put a computer in an office and make your file work in a computerized manner, that achieves digital governance. And that is called, GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. So one of the requirement is that you do the business process reengineering. Merely putting a digital interface of what you are doing in a paper manner is not digital governance. So you have to do the business process reengineering. A lot of business process reengineering has happened. Now this is the first time that the data inflow has started in a big way. And with 5G, it will grow exponentially because of the sensors being embedded in each and every aspect of our life. Probably our shirts will have sensor, our, the simple water bottle will have a sensor, coffee machine will have a sensor. Lot of data information will exchange and data inflow will start coming in. Managing big data is going to be the most critical element of future digital governance. How to use that data in a most beneficial manner. And lastly, the AI. Friends, from the very beginning of mankind, there has always been an uneasy relationship between the creator and the creation. There are stories. You might have heard the story of Prometheus, who was condemned for his attempt to seek knowledge. There is a story in our scriptures also, Nachiketa's story, who went to god of death to seek knowledge and truth. And he forced him to give him knowledge and truth. There are so many such stories. And then you have a story of Frankenstein, where the creature has surpassed the creator and he became enemy of the creator himself. AI, and some people do say that this has already come. Many people believe that this is the future. In next 5 to 10 years, a real AI with conscious level as equal to human being, that will be in place. Some people say that at least half of this has already been achieved in many of the secret labs across the country, across the world. How government policies ensure that future big data and AI are within the control of the human being and they serve as a obedient servant of the human being rather than master of us. That is the challenge we all are going to face in next 5 to 10 years from now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Baldeo Purushartha, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, for sharing with us the practical problems of challenges. One is the challenges of connectivity is still there, challenges of interoperability, but I think the most important part, what you have said at the last, that managing that, we are garnering, generating a lot of data, but how to manage that big data? Are we using that big data effectively? That is the point. And also, we are riding on the demon called AI. How judiciously we use AI, that will be also very important for future governance, future generation to come. Thank you so much.